Welcome to Sports Geek Throwback. Here's your host, the sports geek himself, Sean Callanan.
G'day, I'm Sean Callanan from Sports Geek, and welcome to Sports Geek Throwback, where I pick out the best bits from the Sports Geek podcast archive. For this week's Sports Geek Throwback, I go back to episode 72 with Bryan Srabian, published back in December 2014. Bryan is the VP of Digital Media and Brand Development at the San Francisco Giants. Remember, if you need help with your digital marketing or sponsorship teams, please get in touch. We apply the digital to dollars process to help your team build revenue. In this throwback episode, Bryan and I discuss metrics to measure engagement and dark social. Remember, you can listen to the full episode at sportsgeekhq.com/72. Enjoy.
On the science side, from a stats and the metrics point of view, what are some of the key numbers that you're always looking for, and to sort of know that what I'm doing is working, or I'm on the right track? Is there any particular metrics that are your go-to metrics on any particular platform?
And that's a great. I guess on Twitter, I really look at retweets as the most important to me. I'll look at all, and I get talks about, and ask. I think at the end of the day, if you have zero money and you don't have a lot of time, I look at shares on Facebook and retweets on Twitter. I think, and I don't know, we have, I'm embarrassed. I think we have like almost 700,000 on Twitter. Maybe
700,000 on Twitter and 2.8 million on Facebook.
So I probably should have 10% of that. But for some reason, I always just like 1,000 retweets. I think that always looks good, and I just have used that as kind of an easy barometer. Now, obviously, I'll take a deeper look now and then, and I'll look at a certain few things and what was our best and what was our worst and why was this the best. But I like that. I think the retweet does so much because, like you said, that's what makes it go viral, and that's what people will respond to when they see it. And oftentimes, it's not. And again, I know it's digital. I still believe, though, that sometimes it's just part of the process. They might not click it. They might not, go directly to what you say. But the more that they see that, the Giants are in town, that they're giving this away, they might buy tickets, an hour later, a day later, because of that tweet they saw, because of that Facebook post, not directly from that. Much like they see a billboard or they see a TV commercial, it's all part of that psychological process. So, and then I also think that it's the more people share, that's. When you're sharing something on your feed, that means that you not only do you like it, but you think it's cool enough that you're representing it. So it's one thing to get clicks, and you obviously want that, especially if it's a video or a photo. But the share is a big one to me, and so I really take that one as the most. That's the highest on the metric food chain as far as I'm concerned, because it means that you're cool enough to be. To share it on their networks.
But it's also there was also been some interesting articles recently around, I guess, the term dark social and where the traffic's going, and it does show even content that you might not be sharing on Facebook or Twitter on how much content is actually being shared on Facebook, and the amount of traffic that's driving. And part of that is you conditioning the fans to see all your content. But the amount of content that is getting shared without you knowing, whether it be in, and the guys at Valencia in Italy did a study, and WhatsApp's actually really big in Europe, and they were finding that there was a lot of content being shared internally, privately with WhatsApp, and then as well the same is happening in Facebook. So, it's again, if you're looking for those numbers, and traffic's always a big one for people running digital departments. You really can't discount all the stuff that's happening that you can't see. Like, people still want to share their information about their Giants. They don't have to always do it publicly, and they don't always have to mention you on their Twitter feed. They're just sharing it, anyway.
And that's fascinating. And the other thing is, because we're in the sports industry, we have the ROI isn't always, direct sales. It comes in the way of sponsorship.
Yeah.
And the way that we attract sponsors is having a really engaged social media feed. And it's not just number of followers, although that's definitely, probably the biggest number, but it's kind of the overall presence of your social media feed.
If you like this Sports Geek Throwback episode, please check out the full episode at sportsgeekhq.com. Please share Sports Geek with your sports business colleagues. We appreciate you sharing. We love working with podcast listeners. Please get in touch so we can help your team. Go to sportsgeekhq.com/phone call. All Sports Geek episodes are available at sportsgeekhq.com and all podcast platforms.